Hi guys, and welcome back to another Golf Engineers YouTube video. I'm Anton, and today I'm going to take you through a club fitting that I got done at Clubhouse Golf. It's a very interesting video, especially if you're into your statistics, ball flight numbers, spin numbers, like me and Ed are. When I went for my fitting, I got fit for my whole bag, but just in this video, I'm going to show the irons, driver and putter. We also got sent a session report, which I'm going to insert now to just show you a summary of like all the shots that I hit. I'm going to keep inputting the data throughout the video so you can get an understanding of what's going on, and I'll point out specific numbers that we are talking about. I'd also like to give a huge shout out to Daniel, who was our fitter for the day. He was great at his job. He let us film in there, which was very nice, and he also answered a lot of our questions. So without further ado, enjoy the video guys, the Golf Engineers.
So we'll just hit a couple with yours to begin with.
I think it'd be consistency with the distance.
Okay.
For example, if I hit this cleanly, it sometimes goes 20 yards longer. I don't, because they are very forgiving irons.
Of those 5 shots, main thing that we're looking for with irons is consistency. And that's one, consistency of distance, like you mentioned, but mainly ball flight. As a fitter, the main ones that we look at is launch angle, so how the ball leaves the club face, and then most importantly is spin rates. So that's what gives you consistency of distance.
Okay.
So you'll notice how much your spin varies for one.
Sometimes that's user error.
Will you be surprised?
Okay.
Because one of the big things that I've noticed straight away is your speed and the fact that you've got very soft, regular shafts.
Yes.
So that's what certainly causes that.
So you think that's more the shaft than me? Okay.
Because we'll be able to see a bit more when
That's
we
nice
use
to know.
When you use our clubs, we've got little sensors on the clubs that basically gives a bit more information in your swing, and it'll show a lot more consistency in your club path. The main thing is club face is shut, that's why it's going left.
Yeah.
And then flip side to it is when you try and correct it, overcorrection tends to go the other way. Again, going back to these numbers, in an ideal scenario, 7-iron should launch at about 20, 19, 20.
Okay.
So generally it's pretty good. We had that one that popped up a little bit.
That'll be a fat, I imagine.
And then the key thing, especially at your speed, we don't want to see anything spin less than pretty much 5,000.
Okay.
So you can see how much lower you are. Because especially these ones at 3.5 to 2, they're coming up at 170, 180 carry. But if you hit that on a warm summer's day, downwind, go to mile.
That's where the variance comes from.
In comparison, that number there, sort of high 2000s, and again that last one, that's a good spin number for a 3-wood. Where we're looking for that distance as such. We don't need the spin number. We'll start with effectively the same club head, but in a stiffer shaft. Would you say generally the heavy strike is more common?
Yeah, definitely.
80 to 90 stiff, 90 plus is extra stiff.
Okay.
So that's where we're going to zone in your consistency a little bit better by getting you the right flex, because we know you carry a lot of speed. Again, looking at this number now, this is your club path. So you'll notice it doesn't vary too much. That's 2 degrees from the inside, that was 4, that was 1, that was 2.5.
That's club path?
Yes.
Okay.
So when you felt like you cast it, you actually do the opposite, you come from the inside.
I'm quite happy with that, to be fair.
Yeah. So you are a natural drawer of the ball as such.
See, my natural shot is like a fade.
Yeah. So whether things have changed, if you're having lessons or just playing a little bit more,
Yeah, definitely.
that's become much better. But we can see where strike comes from. So left-in's a little bit towards the toe.
Oh, yeah.
So that again can be length adjustments or lie. So we'll stick with the same head for now. And we'll just try some, first of all, something slightly longer.
I want to say I started properly for about a year now. So, higher handicapper, which is a bit why a fitting's a bit weird. Because I feel like a fitting suits someone that's a lower handicapper that's got the swing dialed already. But you'll know more about that than me.
It's a little bit of a myth, really.
Okay.
It's always had that stigma around the fitting that it is only for the best players, but if we can get you in the right setup straight away, it's going to make a difference no matter what. So, feel any different again?
Longer?
Yes.
Is it longer?
Yeah. So that was half an inch long. So we're still seeing that slight toe strike, but delivery is a lot more consistent.
That might be. Do you reckon that's user error then?
Not necessarily.
No.
No, again, it can be club head and also lie angle now. So again, generalizing things, if you're generally a little bit heely in your strike, we want to go upright to push it that way. Similar, if you're toey, we want to go flatter. So that would be the next one to try, which does match up to your club path.
Okay.
You do want to be a little bit flatter. Getting there. You can see your consistency of where the club strike is, but we are seeing the odd one now push in a little bit. So now we've got a pretty good idea of the setup of the club, just from those two changes. Again, going back to here and what the difference is, taking out the one that you caught heavy. So looking at yours, obviously the main issue that we had was distance control. We've got one there at 170 and then we've got one at just short of 190. So in terms of that front to back distance, as you mentioned, sometimes they just fly.
20 yarder, yeah.
The difference of what a shaft does, because although we're still in the same style head, effectively, what you've got, the difference now in terms of that front to back yardage. Worst one was 180, best one was 189. So you think about zoning in terms of your distancing. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, about 8.5 yards.
Or even better than that, which I'm sure we can do.
Okay.
But
it's a massive difference already, yeah.
To go from 20 yards to 10 is a big benefit, because now, let's say if you were to walk away with these clubs, you know your 7 iron's about 185, and we're only going to be 5 yards short or long of that. And that's what we want to get to.
So this is the carry?
Yes.
So that's a lot more than what I thought my carry was anyway.
Yes.
I thought my 7 goes about 160.
So the big thing now is when we look at trying to find consistency, you definitely, in terms of your delivery, you're somebody that picks the ball off quite clean. You're not taking massive divots or such.
That's surprising,
yeah,
to be honest here.
So I know this time of year might be different. You might think,
yeah,
just because of the weather it is. So
we'll say that, yeah.
You're always going to be slightly higher on launch, which isn't a bad thing. But especially in the winter, because it's launching so high in such cold weather, with such a low spin rate, what happens, especially in the UK, if you don't spin the ball enough, it almost gets to the top of its flight and nosedives.
Okay.
Because there's not enough spin to keep it in the air. So that's probably what you're seeing on the course.
See, that's very cool, because I didn't know that.
So spin is, especially in this country, spin is so crucial, because you have players that are really low spin that don't maximise the distance. Similar to the guys that you play with that might hit a big slice. That's spinning too much, so again, they're losing distance.
That's my driver.
What we'll do now is we can try some different brands. In terms of the design of the club head, were you thinking similar forgiveness levels of what you've got? Or like, would you want to go to say like the T150s or something like that?
I won't be opposed to it.
Okay.
I like how the big behind the ball, so it gives you that confidence, but if I don't need it, I don't need it. So I'm open to anything really. Honestly, this is just so cool. Cheers.
So in terms of irons and things that are out there, you would call this a player's distance iron. So
is this in the middle?
Yeah, it's sort of your next step down from these. You'll notice it's a slightly thinner top line, slightly smaller head, but they are still designed with a lot of forgiveness.
They look tiny behind the ball. Look at that. It's another clean one.
Does it feel difficult to hit? Because you are
weirdly
actually going to a harder club head.
I feel like, it sounds weird, but I've got a connection with that club.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it feels like more like, I don't know, like attached to me almost.
Well, there's better strike, for one.
Yeah,
good to see.
That sounds weird.
The only negative, it is a club head designed to lower spin. We already know that you are a low spin player, so if anything we want to go the other way. We're still seeing that low spin number.
Is that due to compression?
A little bit. As we know, you do sweep it off clean, so yes, if you compress it a little bit more, it will spin up. Going back to Titleist, this is the T150. So this is now where you're looking at very much players' irons.
They do look nicer behind the ball. Has this got the same thickness grip?
So this is back to standard. Most of our demos are standard, but in terms of the size of your hands, you definitely need something thick.
Yeah, because I liked the grip of the other one.
So again, question being, do these feel difficult to use?
No, I like them. Would this be a blade?
Still classed as a cavity iron.
Okay.
We are moving closer to the blade style. Much better on strike. Seeing that consistency now with each one. Again, maybe one negative to this iron. You'll notice your launch has jumped up. And that's because it's slightly weaker in loft. We sort of...
So it's less loft?
Yes. So with irons, your traditional clubs, say blades, most 7 irons are around 34 degrees. Then you've got players' distance or modern lofts, 7 irons about 30. Yours, which in the game of prover style clubs, around 28.
Yeah, I know my pitching wedge is about 43.
Yeah. So this 7 iron's 32. So that's where we're seeing launch jump slightly. And that again comes down to delivery more than anything. The fact that you're quite shallow. So you're always going to be on the higher end of launch.
And is that a bad thing or?
Not necessarily. It just makes things a little bit more difficult to have consistent distances. The higher you launch the ball, especially in this country, the more difficulty that you'll have of hitting that distance that you want.
Yeah.
Because of the weather condition. So again, we've got a pretty good idea of what style of club works now. Very similar option, but from TaylorMade.
I was in a sim Friday, played Saturday, sim yesterday, and here now. So it's been a very golf heavy week. So would you be looking for a lower ball flight, ideally?
But these are very similar to the previous club in terms of loft,
Okay.
So not necessarily. It's again, we're just testing different brands to see what's better on strike normally. This is one from Strixon, because there is always, with any golf club, there's that element of personal preference. What you like the look of, feel of.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I prefer like the top brands. But that's just being like, that's just from a marketing standpoint really, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all marketed very well.
But whatever improves your game, ideally is what you should be going for, no doubt. That was clean. Yeah, but when I caught it, I did catch it.
It's really good. Feeling towards that one?
No, that was a nice one. I don't know if it's mental because I didn't slice any, but...
It was definitely more consistent in terms of flight, for one.
Yeah, that's how it felt.
Certainly less of a miss as such. And again, fitting in a lot of ways is, yes, it's how good the good one is, but it's more a case of how bad's the bad one.
To avoid the misses.
Yeah. We want to really zone in that in terms of the dispersion more than anything. And I do think that's a good level of iron to be looking at, because as you mentioned, still a higher handicap.
Yeah.
So we don't really want to move into your blade irons as such, or not so much blade, but your players style irons.
Where a miss is a bad miss.
Exactly. Whereas this is a good in between as such. There's still a lot of level of forgiveness, but we're in that loft position, and again, style of club head that's going to give you forgiveness, but also consistency.
Okay.
Going back to ping now.
And is this a fatter grip?
Yes, this is back to that thick grip, which I think you definitely need.
Yeah, it's nice. See, like, how good are Ping known? Sorry, how well are they known for their irons? Because I know they have the different lie angles, don't they, with the different colour codes.
Every brand does the same in terms of lie angle offerings. It's just Ping are the only ones that offer what called different colour codes. Because Ping's always been known as a fitted brand. It's only until recently being able to buy sort of standard stock online. I've always wanted people to go to be fitted.
Thank you.
Going back to the tightness. Again, I don't mind that shot because we know now obviously the thicker grip and where we want to stay. Naturally, when the grip's a little bit too thin, it's very easy to turn your hands over.
Oh, okay.
So I don't mind seeing that. We know once we get them ordered with the right grips.
We don't do each individual iron, do we?
No.
Gonna say.
Again, I mean, in terms of numbers, they're the numbers that we're looking for. Slightly higher spin, just right of the number highlighted in blue.
Yeah, the 5,400.
Again, because of your speed, we need to make sure it's spinning.
And what did you say? We were looking at around like, did you say less than 8,000 it shouldn't be?
For you, your speed no lower than 5. Again, no higher than maybe 6.5.
And the spin helps the distance when it's in the air. Yeah. That's very cool.
Because again, spin is all dictated or can be dictated by your speed.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally, if you're a slower swing speed, we certainly don't want too high of a spin because then you lose out on distance. But then for yourself, because you're much quicker, we need that spin to make sure it doesn't fly 200 yards.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll take my pitch and I'll say I hit my pitch in 130, and if I catch it, it'll go 150. And equally, I'll fat it and it'll go like 110.
Do you have many lessons?
Never.
Right.
What, are you saying I need some or?
If there was one tip I could give you.
Yeah,
when you
please,
catch the ball,
please.
your shaft's very square in terms of it's quite straight. In terms
Yeah.
of how you deliver it. You want to be.
You do. Okay.
Because that's where, especially that left miss comes from. Because if you imagine, if I set up with my club face square as such, or shaft square, as you're returning to the ball, the club's almost passing your hands, and naturally it's turning.
So if I was chipping, I'd really put my hands forward.
You want to see the same thing with your irons. You want to be slightly in front of it, so when you get to the ball, the club head's behind you.
And that helps the compression. Okay, cheers.
It'll definitely help with that left miss.
That one tip.
Charge extra.
Yeah.
Good one to, I mean, obviously to look at is McElroy.
Okay.
In terms of how he sets up. You'll notice one highlight in blue, that's your best compression, and 1.7 down.
What compression would you really be looking for?
Irons, ideally, it should be like -5.
Okay.
So, again, that's where maybe ball position would come into it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got the ball too far forward? But
And then,
as long as you're hitting slightly down.
then club angle as well then. So like for a 7, I would just put it middle of my stance.
Yeah, that looks slightly further forward from this.
Cheers.
So, definitely favouring this club head.
Is that the 250?
It is, yes. Between these two shafts for one. I did sneakily throw in some different length shafts as well, just to see how it would differ. You hit 2 clubs that were actually a full inch longer.
Okay.
Negatives when we went to an inch, you'll notice everything's a little bit high on the face.
You'd want it
That's when we know
lower.
it's slightly too. I mean, middle did sort of 3rd groove, so you can see 1 or 2 were just higher than that. Whereas when we're at half an inch, we can see we're much better in terms of delivery.
It was coming at some point.
Try a couple more with the other shafts, and then how'd you get on with your current wedges?
Love them.
It's interesting again in terms of the shaft. So, majority of brands, the stock shaft that they offer is usually a dynamic gold.
Is it
S200.
And is that the spinners?
No, so it's an S200 115 gram shaft, which is pretty standard for most people. Because we know you're slightly quicker than that, we do need something heavier. So you made a good choice when you went to Cleveland.
Okay.
Because the stock shaft for a Cleveland is a dynamic gold spinner, as you mentioned.
That's just luck.
Yeah, it's good luck.
Yeah.
Because that is 130 gram wedge flex.
Okay.
Your irons so far have been around 125.
Mm-hmm.
And that is again to match up to your club head speed. So that's why you probably get on quite well with these. Because the shaft is nowhere near as soft as your irons. And that matches up to your speed a little better. So I mean, for now,
Cheers.
we know the difference in terms of the irons. Way too soft for me.
Yeah.
These aren't too bad. So
Okay.
these can stay in the bag, they don't have to change as such if you're happy with them. The only thing that would be noticeable once you possibly get new irons is the length.
Okay.
Standard length. We know you're half inch longer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's generally what you want to match up to in your wedges.
And then what about grip size?
You definitely prefer the mid-sized grip.
Because no, Ed's got some thicker grips and they're nice.
Again, in terms of your hand size, I mean, what size glove do you like?
This is an XL, this one.
Yeah. So for me, a standard grip is right, and I'm a small glove.
Mm-hmm.
So you can usually tell if I just get that. my left hand, when I grip the club, you'll notice my fingers just about touch my palm. If you grip it with your left hand, you'll just swallow the grip up.
Okay.
So when you do it with, say, a mid-size, I've got this again. You'll notice how much that sits in your palm in comparison.
Yeah.
You've got a bit more control. And then you could even an oversized grip.
Bryson's jumbo grip.
Is that what he does? Yeah.
Not. He's a really bigger than that.
So that's oversized. So again, for anyone who wears XL gloves, you should be around that size. The only negative when you go too thick, when I mentioned obviously the thinner the grip, the easier it is to turn your hand over. If you go too thick, it's the opposite.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I think we'll definitely stick with mid-size.
Yeah.
For now, that's maybe too big. It's interesting that shot there. It mainly comes from your follow through. The ball and then you're very much on the back foot. That foot doesn't come through.
One of my issues is like that chicken wing, you know, like here.
Yeah.
And is that because my weight's on my back foot? Okay.
I'm going to try and feel that it's sort of the belt buckle and whole body pointing to the target. Much better turn.
Yeah, well, I tried that time. Nearly went flying.
The good ones, which there are getting more and more of. In terms of the numbers we were trying to achieve, launch angle around 20. Perfect. And spin rate in 5,000.
What was it when we started?
So generally launch was pretty good, but
The spin rate was, yeah.
and that was again just because of shaft. And I like the fact that again we're seeing a much straighter ball flight for one. Don't mind the fact that it's gone a little bit right because again we're not exactly aiming at anything. The fact that it's only got 2 yards of movement on the ball flight, that's where we know we're in the right setup. Please. So wedges, I do like the setup of yours. Again, pitch and wedge in this one is still slightly stronger at 43 degrees.
In these? Okay, so same as what I've got.
Which is fine for now, as I mentioned, where your golf game's at. So the fact you go 48, 52, 56, is it?
And then I've got 60 in there as well.
And you've got 60 as well. So I mean, we'll hit a couple with this.
Yeah, see, I had no idea if I was stiff. I assumed I'd be stiff just because club
If
speed.
anything off your irons, we're definitely going to be X.
Is that extra stiff? See, I would have never, ever thought I would. So that's why this fitting's been useful.
So again, just a couple with yours, just to see the numbers.
So I normally hit a white tee just because when I hit a slice off a pink, it just... So I would say that is my average driver shot.
Cool.
And I've been trying to correct it just with club face, to be honest. So that's me correcting for the club face there. If that makes any sense.
So again, we can see certainly a lot of speed still. So the one thing that we want to try and do is again, bring in dispersion.
Yeah, 100%.
So we want to get rid of that, is the main thing.
Well, I play for that now.
So one thing with the M3 is one, it does sit very open at address.
Okay.
Compared to this, you notice when you put it down, it almost aims a little bit left.
Yeah, I see that.
Again, shaft, as we know, this is definitely too weak for him.
Okay.
There's too much stress on the shaft, which is causing the bigger miss. And then because of that, you'll notice where your spin number is on the back. Ideal driver should spin at 2 to 2,500.
Oh, all right.
So that was the worst one. That was the first one. And then the good one is getting there. We want to see that more consistently.
Yeah, I'd take that every day.
So this is the new QI4D Max. So this is their slightly more forgiving head. Again, we've got 9 degree to begin with.
Yeah.
And this is in the mid-rotation 60 gram X. It's the same weight as this shaft, but considerably better.
Yeah, it's massive.
If you try a pink feet.
The slice is worse. So I used to play pinks for ages.
Okay.
Then I saw Tiger Woods say tease it down when he wants to avoid his miss.
Squeeze it out.
But like, that's just like another mystery. Like I didn't really know what tee to be using.
This is the main difference that a shaft will make. So again, going to the same numbers, we want to look at launch angle, and again we want to look at spin rate.
Okay.
So when we look at yours, we know generally where spin was, but you notice everything's a little bit higher, we'd say, on lawn. And that again leads into your delivery. So similar to the irons, you're somebody that really hits up on a drive.
That's a good thing.
Yes. You'll notice your angle of attack is +7.
Mm-hmm.
And again +7, and again +7.
So that's also why I went to a white tee,
Yes.
because if I were getting under it, it was just going up.
Which again is your driver, there's just too much loft. You're playing a 10.5 degree head, but then also adding so much loft.
I thought about moving it down, but I like the line on the grip.
The negative again, when you change loft, so if you add loft to any club, it closes the face.
See, I never knew that.
If you take loft away, it opens it.
That's very
So
interesting.
if your miss is right, the worst thing you can do is set that to lower, because it's going to emphasise that a little bit more.
Okay.
Yes, it may launch lower, but you'll always be fighting that right miss. Whereas we want something like this that sits square, if anything closed, to help you control club face.
And is this because it's a max?
Yes,
Or is it because it's a QI4D?
generally most max or forgiving heads will sit slightly closed.
Yeah, makes sense.
One thing we can see now is, again, strike now a little bit towards the heel. So again, with modern clubs and modern drivers, anything toey is always going to go left.
Yeah.
Anything heeling is going to go right.
That's my miss.
So we want to try and move that now.
It is a beautiful driver though, for sure.
In terms of the size of the club head, is it off-putting at all, being that much bigger?
Oh no, I like it.
Yeah, inspires a bit of confidence.
Oh yeah. I don't feel like I'm gonna top it.
It's going to be in its slightly more draw bias setting now, with a heavier weight at the back. And again, similar to the irons, we can change lie angle. So with the same idea of if you were heely strike, we want to go upright.
Yeah.
So this is now going to fit in its upright setting. And again, from a shaft standpoint, you'll notice club head speed here. So we consistently 109, 106. Again, generalizing shafts. Anything above 105 club head speed is extra stiff.
So I am an extra. And I feel like as well, I'm not swinging this as quick as I could.
Cool, perfect.
As well. I have a tendency like one down the middle to, I don't know, like be a bit handsy.
Yeah. Okay.
Like armsy, you know, instead of just letting like the shaft follow through.
Yeah.
That's where I feel like a fitting can sometimes be a bit annoying when like my driver swing's not perfected yet.
Yeah.
So I feel like it might be the swing more than the club.
I mean, still consistently bringing club paths pretty much the same.
Is the face open?
Yeah. That's the main thing, but you can see strike was definitely worse with that one.
Okay, bit of both.
So again, at your speed, we want to prioritise dispersion. We want to make sure it's in play as such. So this is the new Max K.
Ping. So did they not release one last year?
So it was the G440 range released last year, and then they've now added this model to the range.
Okay. Cheers. Cheers.
Does it feel really shut? Okay. That is completely square.
Really? Yeah, see, like that feels closed. That's interesting.
Which one's that?
GT2. Yeah.
Clearly a tight list now.
Yeah, see, do they have a, is this the max version of a tight list? Like, do they do a max?
Yeah, not necessarily. So they've
I didn't think they did.
GT1, which is the most forgiving, you'd say, but it's all based around launch, which you don't need.
Alright.
So the only difference with this is the GT2, but I put a heavier weight at the back, which makes it slightly more draw bias. And again, I've changed that lie angle to slightly upright, seeing much better straight for one.
I feel like I swung that better as well.
And in terms of your speed, those numbers that we're seeing now in terms of your distances, that's what you should sit at.
What about the 278 carry? I mean,
We should be touching 300 total, because now we've got
That's
more
mental.
consistent launch, but you look at your spin. That's perfect.
okay, that is very interesting.
So that's good to see. So I've
That
basically-
felt like better contact.
So I've made that club slightly more upright, but if anything, it's negatively impacted your strike. So we know we've gone too far, basically.
Out of the GTs, what's the difference between the numbers?
So GT1 was firstly created for players of lower swing speeds that struggle with launch. GT2 is their standard or core model.
Yeah.
That's got a little bit more. Well, it's still as forgiving as the GT3, but the GT3 has a little bit more adjustability. So it's for players that quite high spin. It's got the weight track at the front that we can adjust in terms of strike. So we'll try that next as well. And then the GT4 is for very high swing speed players.
Like your tall pros.
Well, there's barely anyone in the world that plays a GT4.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because it's very much unforgiving for one and very low spin. So in terms of what we can fit you to in a GT3 with that extra bit of forgiveness, that's what most people would say.
Okay, that's cool.
But again, going back to that point of how bad's the bad one, that was your little Healy strike.
Okay.
A little bit.
Yeah.
We're only, 20 yards off centre? Compared to before, we were 56.
I was on the other fairway, yeah.
And that's again all about tightening up, dispersion.
So that instantly just came out right. So was that heel?
A little bit.
That was not nice. Oh, okay. See, I feel like it's more the swing than the club, to be honest with you.
I mean, that swing was a little bit more on plane, but both base was open because of it.
And is that just grip, you reckon?
Yeah, a little bit. Certainly that thinner grip's not allowing you to control club face as well as we should do. This is...
I'd take that on the course.
Negative to the GT3 is because we've got that weight track very much forward in the face, we lose that ability that we have in the GT2 to make it slightly drawback. So the negative being that it's still sitting a little bit open and we're not seeing, number one, the consistency that we saw with the two head in terms of ball flight.
Are those the two drives?
That was the 3 drives with the 2.
Oh, they'd be nice.
And then this is the same setup. You'll notice everything wants to go a little bit further right, and that's because it's set up that way.
Okay.
So we know that's certainly the more beneficial head for you. Again, we'll go back to it, but I don't want to get you too tired. One thing that we'd always say if we were looking to put together a full bag, especially the golf courses that you're playing, we need a club that goes 200 yards. Good news with yourself is we've got that in the 5 iron.
Okay, so I'd hit my 4 hybrid 200.
Okay. This is now a 4 hybrid. Obviously set up to the standards that we know suits you.
Yeah, so I get along nicely with my hybrid, to be fair.
So again, from a shaft standpoint, it's way too soft. And this is again matched up to the driver.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah, not awful.
So again, I think we were seeing let's call it 175, 180 out of 7. So in theory, a 5 iron should play 195, 200. So this next club should be around 210 carry. But using the machine, if we can just hit a few putts from that little black marker there to that one.
So I'll line them up.
Yeah, exactly as you usually would.
Really?
Same routine for this.
Actually.
And this foot is completely special.
So it should be going in ideally. Would this be like an actual quick green?
Yeah, this is very quick, especially for this area.
It feels quick.
Would you say you have a tendency to leave it short at all? I know this time of year it's obviously not.
On quick greens, yeah. In summer, yeah. Because I'm scared of blasting it past. Like when I'm going for like a birdie or something, I'll just absolutely hammer it past. Like that.
So, you're definitely right in terms of the style of it that you're looking for. The only thing we were looking at to begin with is your club path. So this is again going to decide what style of putter you need. So you'll notice from each putt how square that path is. You had one that was a little bit outside the line and one that was a little bit inside, but generally you're very square going back and forth.
That's how I like to putt. Yes. So I would try and change my putting sometimes to fit this, which I don't like to do.
Because of course this is toe weighted. So you'll notice we missed one right, one left, then left again, then right. So that's just because you're fighting against this club face.
It feels like that.
Because it wants to move. Do you have any preference on brand?
TaylorMade, Spider is where I'd look. I'd also look at Odyssey.
Cool.
And then I would want a lab, but am I prepared to spend like that much? Maybe a second-hand one, possibly.
The only thing with lab, if you go second hand, they pretty much have to be fitted to people.
I've heard about this.
So if you're buying one second hand, it's going to be fitted to somebody. It could be a completely different setup, and it does make a big difference in terms of lie angle.
And then with putters as well, I would have no idea if I want a double bend, like straight, stuff like that.
The easiest way to look at putters, we're looking through all these, if it's got a slant neck, like that, it's toe weighted.
Okay.
Very heavily toe weighted. So that's designed for somebody with a strong arc. If it's a L neck, it's again toe weighted. But if it's a double bend or single bend, it'll be face balance.
Okay.
And that's what you need.
Because you can get ones that go like straight into the middle as well, can't you?
So you can get centre shafted or
yeah,
zero
that's what
torque.
I mean.
So this is the same technology as a lab, where it doesn't actually have a balance point.
That's cool.
So the idea behind this, which we'll try, it's designed again for that straight putting stroke, but because it doesn't have a balance point, it's all about keeping club face square. So as we've seen from your putts, your club path's great. Sometimes club face is open, sometimes it's shut. So certainly this style of putter will help. But we'll start with your traditional double bend face balance putter.
Okay.
Biggest thing with putters though, now we've got a good idea of what style of footer you should use. It's all about personal preference. If you like the look, you like the feel. So one thing you might notice with this putter is it feels quite soft off the face.
Yeah, it does feel soft off the face.
And that's possibly a negative
To
yourself.
okay.
Obviously, tendency to leave putters short.
But I feel like I can sort of like adjust to it a bit. Because it is soft, I feel like I can follow through and sort of guide it a bit more, if that makes sense.
How was that in terms of looks?
Yeah, it's nice putter. See, I'm not too bothered about
how
it looks. So this is not much, but it feels harder on the face. The way that dropped in at the end.
Yeah, you might notice there's a little ridge there.
Yeah.
So this is a zero torque.
So did them ones have a slight bit of toe hang?
No, so this is the one that doesn't have any.
But the ones before?
The ones before, they were both face balance.
So what's the difference between face balance and zero torque?
The fact that it doesn't have. So
Oh, it
face
doesn't
balance
have
suddenly
anything.
sits that way.
Ah.
These don't have.
Anything at all? Okay. Feels a lot more like controlling, if that makes sense.
One thing that does suit you with these style putters is how upright it sits. Because you stand quite close to the ball. Shaft is very much like if I was far away, you'd be flat like that. Whereas you're quite thin, so we want that shaft to be fairly upright.
I feel with mine as well. I don't know if it feels not long, so short. Yeah.
Yeah, again, because of your height, I mean, it's a standard 34, this one's 35, so it does set up a lot better. So,
That's
same
the
idea.
jailbird.
This is.
Yeah, I've seen these.
So again, same technology. The only difference now is obviously looks, but we're back to that spider face that's obviously so makes it so popular.
I'm pretty sure these flew off the shelves, didn't they?
They did. Yeah, we basically had you at the door.
How much do they retail? About 500?
Yeah, this one is $450.
Okay.
That's consistent.
No.
That's the Odyssey. So this is again back to the Odyssey, but this is just a standard square to square. That other one was obviously the more premium version,
So is this Zero Torque too?
the tri-hop.
Is this?
It's standard square to square now.
Okay.
The main difference between these two is build. A little bit more traditional in terms of that weighting, and then obviously just the standard AI dual face. Whereas this is the new tri-hop face. So you'll notice the actual shaft fits into the top of the head, whereas that's slightly behind. Because this is basically built from a single construction here to try and move club centre of gravity forward to improve roll, basically. And you'll notice it's got a slightly different face to it in terms of the design. That's the reason why that's a bit more expensive.
And then what's this grip? Is this the...
So that's their new square to square grip. So the previous model we haven't showed. So this was the first version, where the only negative that it had was there was no offset in the shaft. So you notice you can see a lot of the club face. So to set the club, you actually had to put your hands.
Oh, okay.
Whereas basically what that grip does is it does it for you.
Ah.
So without even thinking about it, your hands are there.
Yeah, because it's more...
Because like if you do that with that, it looks a bit odd. You almost have to remember to...
Yeah, to put your hands forward.
Whereas because this has got sort of on an offset line, you just set it up like
So you're more likely to sort of top it, if that makes
Not
sense.
so much, it was more the case of making sure that club face is square.
Okay.
Because the negative for a lot of golfers is, if I set this up and then put my hands forward, more than likely I'm going to close the face. So we did see a lot of people fall this spot.
It's all right. I wouldn't say... I prefer the look of the other one.
Cool.
But I'm not bothered.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel confident behind that though.
Brilliant, that's the main thing. As long as it's confidence inspired.
I don't know, I might take it back actually. I didn't think I liked the look of them because they are very chunky, but I think I might do. Yeah.
The real benefit and selling point of the gel button, because it is that bigger head, it has got a lot of perimeter weighting, so it's very stable. But without even really noticing it, the idea behind that is it's very easy to spot if the club face is slightly off. So without actually knowing it, subconsciously, your club stays square.
Hence
Because
square
it's
to
very
square.
easy just with that opening and closing of the face, whereas you haven't got that with that.
Now this looks a bit like fangs.
Yes.
That was weak. You were looking for a new putter head, weren't you? Bombed it. Yeah, I do like this. And that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, it's only right that I share my results with you. On the right of the screen, you can see my results from the fitting. Starting off, the best driver for me was the Titleist GT2. 9 degree, Project X hazardous black shaft, 60 gram extra stiff, mid-size grips in everything. Titleist GT1 fairway wood, GT2 hybrid, T250 irons with extra stiff shafts as well, and then the Odyssey AI Dual square to square putter that you saw at the end of the video. And they're the results, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. New videos out every Thursday. The Golf Engineers.